Welcome dear friends to my video lecture on TRB General Knowledge in English, and this video will be giving you from 101 to 150 questions. So we have proposed that I have proposed to you that I will be giving in each video 50 questions, so that you in no time you are just seeing that and then learning something. So for that reason I am giving only 50-50 each. It will go on being given. I will be giving it continuously, every day. I don't know how many days it will go, but whatever I am having, I will adjust through these questions. I am sure it will be of great help to you. Yes, thank you very much for your support. So many people are watching my video. Thank you for your presence. God bless you abundantly for the trust you have, put on me. You really trusted me, and that gives me a lot of boost to give you more and more very fruitful and useful and relevant videos in such a manner that you are able to crack TRB exam so successfully, wonderfully. So that is my idea. So let us straight away enter into the topic. Yeah. India's first underwater museum is planned in which state? Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Odisha. That is in Tamil Nadu. First underwater museum. Right. Tamil Nadu is developing India's first underwater museum in the Bay of Bengal. Which Indian initiative was launched to conserve one-horned rhinoceros? So that is Project Rhino, or Indian Rhino Vision 2020, Rhino Protection Act, National Rhino Policy. That is Indian Rhino Vision 2020. The project aimed to increase the population of one-horned rhinos in Assam and other states. What is the primary objective of the National Education Policy 2020? Reduce literacy rates, promote rote learning, transform the education system by making it holistic and multidisciplinary, increase exam pressure. So what is the idea here? That is, transform the education system by making it holistic and multidisciplinary. That is the aim of NEP 2020. So NEP 2020 aims to overhaul the education system. I mean to change the education system for better by focusing on holistic learning, skill development and flexibility in choosing subjects. The NEP 2020 proposes the restructuring of school education into which format? That is a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. That is the format. What does this contain? The new structure includes foundational 5 years, preparatory 3 years, middle 3 years, secondary 4 years. So how do you see that? That is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So first 5 years, that is foundational, from Palwadi up to third class, third. Then preparatory 3 years, that is fourth, fifth, sixth, like that. Then middle 3 years, seventh, eighth, ninth, like that, no. And then secondary 4 years, that is ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 4 years. So that will be like this. So first 5 years, preparatory 3 years, middle 3 years and secondary 4 years. Probably up to 8 that middle. Formerly we used to have only middle school means up to 8. Now they are divided into 3 phases. 5 years, that is a foundational, very basic, preparatory. Then I think some important ideas, basic ideas given in the preparatory stage, 3 years. Then middle 3 years, even this industrial education, computer education, along with formal education given at this age. That is what NEP says. Then secondary 4 years, up 9th, 10th, 11th, all put together 4 years. That's called secondary education stages. No more plus 1, plus 2 and all. So that is the idea we must understand. Under NEP 2020, which age group is included under the formal schooling system for the first time? which age group is included under the formal schooling system, that is 3 to 6 years. NEP 2020 integrates early childhood education into the formal schooling system to provide a strong foundation. Which of the following initiatives aims to improve foundational literacy and numeracy in India? Is it SWAYAM, Nipun Bharat, Rashtriya Uchatkar Shiksha Abhiyan, RUSA, or Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan? Nipun Bharat. That is launched in 2021. Nipun Bharat aims to achieve foundational literacy and numeracy among children by grade 3. Which regulatory body is expected to replace the UGC and AICTE under NEP 2020? That is, Higher Education Commission of India, HECI. Of course, that is the regulatory body that is expected to replace UGC and AICTE. That is HECI, Higher Education Commission of India. So HECI is expected to regulate higher education except for medical and legal education. That is different. Except that other higher education institution will be regulated by HECI. What is the main goal of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan? That is provide skill-based education only to ensure universal access to education from preschool to senior secondary level, restrict education to primary levels, eliminate private education. That is to ensure universal access to education from preschool to senior secondary level. That is called Samagra. Formerly we had Rashtriya Madhyamika, Shiksha Abhiyan, SSA. So all this for SSA for small classes, primary section. Everything has been put together in the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. That is the idea here. It ensures universal access to education from preschool to senior school level. So this scheme aims at inclusive education, quality learning outcomes, Samagra system. Which initiative promotes digital education in India? SWAYAM, NEP 2020, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, midday meal scheme. That is SWAYAM. SWAYAM is an online learning platform offering free courses from premier Indian institutions. SWAYAM. Premier means famous all over the country. There are universities. So from famous universities, from famous experts, online learning platform will be developed. Online learning materials will be provided by them, and sometimes online classes will be conducted by such university. Premier Indian institution means a university, famous universities. SWAYAM. Right. What is the target year for implementing the entire NEP 2020 reforms? That is 2040. The government has planned a gradual implementation of NEP reforms, aiming for full execution by 2040. Which of the following changes is introduced in higher education under NEP 2020? That is multiple entry and exit options for students. Discontinuation of all degree courses. There are different things are there, but what is the purpose here? What is the most important change in college education system? That is multiple entry and exit options for students. NEP allows students to earn certificates, diplomas and degrees based on the duration of study. 1 year means certificate, 2 years means diploma, like that it goes. 3 years, 4 years. 4 year actually degree, diploma 3 years, certificate 2 years, something like that. So this is how they have planned. So it's a great change in NEP 2020 regarding higher education. The Vidya Pravesh program is designed for which level of education? Higher education, secondary education, early childhood education, teacher training. That is for early childhood education. This Vidya Pravesh program is designed for early childhood education. This program introduces preschoolers to foundational literacy and numeracy, basic skills in how to write, how to read, how to compute, arithmetical sums, small, this numeracy means that one, they should know all about the numbers, and then they should know the operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, like that. These are all considered to be the foundational literacy and numeracy. But here more of how to write, and they must be able to identify the numbers, all these things. So they are well versed in number system, all this. That's early childhood education. That's called Vidya Pravesh program. That is for preschoolers. Which initiative was launched by the Government of India to provide digital learning to school students during COVID-19? Pragati, Diksha, Samagra Shiksha, Nipun Bharat. That is Diksha. Diksha, digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. That is the expansion of Diksha. Digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing provides online study materials for teachers and students. SWAYAM is a government initiative designed for which of the following? That is online higher education. Not school dropouts, midday meal distribution, vocational training, but it is SWAYAM is meant for online higher education. SWAYAM is an online platform providing free courses from top Indian institutions. What is the name of the digital learning initiative launched for rural area? E-Pathsala, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, Swayam Prabha, Nishtha. That is Swayam Prabha. Swayam Prabha is a group of 34 TTH channels dedicated to telecasting high quality educational content even in rural areas. Especially it is meant for rural areas actually. But rural areas, they don't get electricity, they don't get internet facility. But nevertheless, this program has been started, Swayam Prabha. Swayam Prabha is a group of 34 TTC channels dedicated to telecasting high quality educational content. Which of the following is not an e-learning platform launched by the Government of India? Swayam is an e-learning platform, no doubt. Diksha is an e-learning platform. E-Pathsala e-learning platform, but certainly Coursera is not the e-learning platform. Coursera. If you go to the internet, you will get, I think, lot of information they will be giving you. Different questions will be answered in Coursera. You can also upload certain things if you want. Coursera. So Coursera is a private e-learning platform while the others are government initiatives. Coursera is a private e-learning like Udemy. It is not a government organization, it's an international private organization. Udemy likewise there are so many. What else? The Teachable. There are so many e-learning platforms nowadays. Yeah, so data is simply given all over the world. The PM E-Vidya program is aimed at which group? PM E-Vidya program is aimed at which group? That is for teachers and students. PM E-Vidya unifies digital and online education under one platform. It is not for retired government employees, not for healthcare workers, but PM Vidya is meant for teachers and students. It unifies a digital and online education under one platform. That's the idea here. What is the acronym? This NISTA. Acronym means surkelut, short form. Acronym NISTA stand for National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement. In English only it comes nicely. I have put it in Tamil, people may not understand what it is. It's the expansion of NISTA, they are given in A. National, that's why I ask you to go through English also. Sometimes a mere translation of English version into Tamil will not help much, especially in such questions. So I request you anyhow, people have asked me, so I have done it, yes. But sometimes I myself not satisfied because when you give English and Tamil, you can understand both. If you don't understand English, you can understand Tamil. If you don't understand Tamil, you can understand English. So that opportunity is there. So anyway, in future we will do. According to your suggestions, I will change or I will give in the same manner as I am giving. So give your suggestions, please. What does the acronym NISTA stand for? National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement. National Institute for Science and Technology in Higher Academics. New Indian Schools for Technological and Holistic Advancement. national improvement in schools through holistic approach. What is the right one? We have to understand it correctly. National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement. That is called NISTA. Do you understand what is a very important question? NISTA is a teacher training program actually under Samagra Shiksha. Samagra Shiksha is a teacher training program. Okay. What is the main goal of artificial intelligence in education program under NEP 2020? To replace teachers with artificial intelligence, to automate student assessments, to personalize learning experiences using artificial driven technology, to remove textbooks from classrooms. So the idea here is that to personalize learning experiences using AI driven technology. So that is the purpose of AI actually. To personalize, see, each one is learning on his own, on her own, no, with certain creativity. That is the idea of AI driven technology. Your imagination can be wild even. You can simply ask for any picture from AI. You have got certain websites. If you enter into it, and then if there is any AI there, you can ask for anything. It gives you. Sometimes you ask for a Tagu's picture, it comes there, right? That is the AI-driven technology. It becomes a personal experience to me, when I do that. That is the idea of AI, to personalize learning experiences using AI-driven technology. Next one, which organization is responsible for creating e-learning content for SWAYAM? Which organization is responsible for creating e-learning content for SWAYAM? That is NCERT and UGC. So that is, we have to learn from the general knowledge only. NCERT and UGC. NCERT provides a school level content, while UGC curates or gives higher education content for SWAYAM. What is the key challenge in implementing digital education in rural India? What is the key challenge? Is it lack of digital devices and internet access? Yes, very much. Overqualified teachers, no interest among teachers, excessive government funding. So here, lack of digital devices and internet access, that is the purpose. That is the correct answer of challenge, key challenge in implementing digital. You are not able to get internet, even electricity. How is it possible for you to have digital education? So that is the idea here. So the lack of digital devices and internet access, many rural areas lack proper internet connectivity and digital infrastructure. The One Nation One Subscription initiative aims to provide what? One Nation One Subscription. Free coaching classes, uniform textbooks across India, free access to academic e-resources, a single syllabus for all schools. That is free access to academic e-resources. This initiative provides a free digital access to journals, research papers and educational resources. What does the Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan focus on? Digital literacy, inclusive education for differently abled students, vocational training, midday meal expansion. That is inclusive education for differently abled students. So that is the purpose here. What is the question? That is, what does Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan focus on? What is the main concern of this one? That is inclusive education for differently abled students. This program ensures accessibility in education and public infrastructure for persons with disabilities. The Jnanodaya scheme is related to whom? Women's education, tribal education, higher education in rural areas, educational loan, that is for tribal education. This scheme, Jnanodaya, promotes educational upliftment of tribal communities. The Beti Bachao scheme, Beti Padhao scheme primarily aims at what? Nowadays they are giving Hindi words only. We have to understand, no other go. So increasing female literacy rates, that is the idea of this particular scheme. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Increasing female literacy rates, that is the scheme promotes girls' education and empowerment. Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya provides what? Free midday meal skills, free education for disadvantaged girls, AA training for teachers, vocational training for schools. That is free education for disadvantaged girls. KGPV schools focus on educating girls from underprivileged backgrounds. What percentage of GDP is recommended to be allocated to education under NEP 2020? That is 6%. 6% of GDP is recommended for education in India according to NEP 2020. So NEP 2020 recommends increasing public spending on education to 6% of GDP. Right. Which initiative focuses on promoting education among children with disabilities? Midday meal scheme includes education for disabled at secondary stage, that is called IEDSS Gyan scheme RUSA. So the inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage, that's called IEDSS. IEDSS provides financial assistance for inclusive education of children with disabilities. What is the primary focus of Vidyanjali 2.0? Is it for teacher recruitment, volunteer participation in schools, free digital textbooks, education for NRIs? That is volunteer participation in schools. Vidyanjali 2.0 encourages volunteers to support school activities. Volunteer participation, that is people simply come on their own and then they want to help the schools. Maybe by giving physical infrastructure, or even value education, something like, their expertise, they could use it by volunteering to work in the schools. So recently I think it may bring problems. We don't know how far it is going to be helpful. Nobody knows. But then it is there in NEP 2020, volunteer participation in schools. So the Vidyanjali 2.0 encourages volunteers to support school activities. The National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement, that is called a NISTA, is related to what? That is teacher training, not student scholarship, curriculum development, online exam, but it is for teacher training. NISTA is India's largest teacher training program. Which state in India recently introduced a policy to provide free higher education to girls? Which state giving free higher education to girls? Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. That is Madhya Pradesh. They begin to give so many new things for different sections of people. The MP government announced a policy for free education for girls up to the university level. What is the purpose of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat? Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. What does this mean? What is the purpose they are asking? That is to encourage cultural exchange among states. That is the idea. So again we will see these questions are all important. So current affairs. What is the purpose of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat in education? Is it to promote regional languages, encourage cultural exchange among states, or free education for poor students, or standardized national syllabus? So the correct answer will be encourage cultural exchange among states. That is the idea here, states. Yeah. The program fosters national unity by pairing different states for cultural exchange. What is the biggest challenge to implementing NEP 2020 in rural India? What are the difficulties in rural India with regard to implementation of National Education Policy 2020? Lack of trained teachers, very much needed. That is there. Overcrowded classrooms, shortage of digital infrastructure, all of the above. All of the above is the correct answer. The successful implementation of NEP 2020 faces issues like lack of resources, untrained teachers, and digital infrastructure in rural areas. What is the gross enrollment ratio target for higher education by 2030 under NEP 2020? What do they want to achieve by 2035 in higher education? 25% of GER, that is gross enrollment rate. 50%, we want to achieve 50% by 2035 higher education, isn't it? But Tamil Nadu government has already got that. I mean, Tamil Nadu has reached 50 and above 50. So something to be proud about. Almost 50, or I think it has exceeded 50 if we taken the proper syllabus. So many of our plus 2 students start studying in colleges. That is the understanding of increasing GER in higher education. So entire India, it should be 50% by 2035. Right. Next one. What is the main reason for high dropout rates in rural schools? Poor infrastructure, yes. Economic conditions, yes. Lack of female friendly schools, yes. All of the above. Female friendly school. Lack of female friendly means they must have certain facilities, no? Women children, I mean girl children. Take for an example, toilet. Very big issue in rural areas. Because of that, so many girl students stop going to schools because no toilet facilities. So lack of female friendly, that's called a lack of female friendly schools. So all of the above is the correct answer. So many factors including poverty, distance and lack of sanitation contribute to high dropout rates. What is a major barrier to achieving 100% literacy in India? Lack of government schemes, cultural and economic disparities, overfunding of private schools, excessive use of technology. That is cultural and economic disparities. So that is the main reason, uh, you know, uh, for for attaining universal literacy. That is the idea here. Factors like poverty, gender discrimination, lack of access to schools hinder universal literacy. So some students, some villages don't have even bus facilities. I remember in 92 to 95, I was in a rural school, Warrior, near in Ramnath district those days. Sometimes already I was in a rural, very, very small hamlet, that is Warrior. Some students used to come all the way from hamlets, far away from 12 kilometers. Imagine now walking, absolutely no bus service or anything. Maybe now they would have, got it. But 90, after 90s they were not coming. Before 2000 they were not coming. All the way they have to walk to the school, our school. Some of the students walk 12 kilometers, small children, 6th standard, 7th standard, very interesting. So many of them drop out naturally, but we used to give a lot of facilities, midday meals. Sometimes during examination time, we ask them to stay back in the hostel itself, and we make them study. This is how, that school has become famous in that area, because some or other we give very good education there, even though it is a rural area. Our teachers are so much committed, there, and the children are suffering. That's what I want to say. And in other areas, perhaps people may get depressed or discouraged, and then they may stop going to school also. No facilities. So factors like poverty, gender discrimination, lack of access to schools hinder universal literacy. What percentage of Indian children lack access to digital education? What percentage of Indian children lack access to digital education? That is 47%. According to recent studies, nearly half of the Indian students do not have access to digital learning resources. What challenge does the RTE Act still face? 2009. So what challenge? That is what is RTE? That is a Right to Education Act. So poor implementation of RTE in rural areas, because no one bothers about in rural areas. Lack of funds for schools, non-compliance by private schools. Private schools are not cooperating with the government because the government is not giving the money. That is what they say. See, this government said 25% of the poor students you take and then give education, and we will pay you. But then nothing has been paid, by the government. So naturally, private schools are not interested in taking, poor children like that, because they don't give any money at all. So that is the point. Non-compliance by private schools. All of the above is the right answer. All of the Right to Education Act faces challenges in implementation, funding, and private school participation. What is the impact of COVID-19 on Indian education? Increased digital divide, drop in enrollment rates, learning loss among students, All of the above. All of the above is the correct one. The pandemic widened inequalities in education, affecting student learning and enrollment rates. There is a digital divide people are talking about. Of course, it was true. 2 or 3 months you could not go out, isn't it? We could not go out. So what people would have done? Simply they entered into different websites. They found out certain websites where they will be giving their articles, everything. For example, during pandemic time, I started YouTube for the first time in my life. Maybe in the normal situation, I would not have even thought about it. But because of that type of free time, and you cannot talk to anyone, so what will you do? So how long you will be listening to music or even seeing films and all? Absolutely nonsensical, no? So actually, God has given me an opportunity through the pandemic, that corona, that is pandemic, has helped me to come out of myself. I started this technological aspect. Of course, if you see my old videos and all, it will not be up to the mark. Even voice will be very low or poor quality and all, but that's how I started. Today, some or other, I am able to give more videos in such a manner that students are able to watch. But slowly I'm just improving. But nevertheless, the pandemic has widened inequalities in education. Some people have utilized the opportunities, some people haven't done it. And so there was a digital divide altogether. So that is what is given here. Right, next one. Why is vocational education not popular among Indian students? Why is vocational education not popular among Indian students? Stigma around skill-based jobs, lack of awareness, limited industry linkages, all of the above. All of the above is the right one. So stigma around skill-based jobs. For example, a manager who is having only ideas is respected more than a person who really does the job with some skills, isn't it? Electrician, for an example, or mason. These skill-based jobs are looked down upon. I mean, they are not taken very seriously. So that is why stigma, we say, stigma around skill-based jobs. So nobody wants. Vocational education not popular among Indian students because they want to always white collar jobs, we call it, to be in the offices doing nothing in AC room. That's the idea given. That type of idea we have got it. We are not the exceptions. We were also having once upon a time. Only situation is changing. So the stigma around skill-based jobs, one of the reasons why vocational education is not popular among Indian students, and lack of awareness, limited industry linkages. All of the above is the right answer. So vocational education is underutilized due to negative perceptions and lack of industry partnerships. We are not linking with the industry, and that also another reason. So we don't gain any experience in our industries. So naturally people lose interest in vocational education. Which issue is a key challenge in teacher recruitment in India? Which issue is a key challenge in teacher recruitment in India? Low salaries for government school teachers? No, not at all true. A shortage of qualified educators, unequal distribution of teachers, all of the above. So now low pay, I think that has been settled down. Which issue is a key challenge in teacher recruitment in India? Probably not for the government jobs. If it's a private school, low salaries for government school teachers, and now we cannot say that. Yes, maybe some time back, maybe before 90s, when Sri Karnanidhi came to power, first time in teachers' life there was light. So from 2000, 3000, all on a sudden 12,000, 15,000, like that it went up, right? So I think that's why teachers never forget Mr. Karnanidhi for that reason. Low pay, lack of training, uneven teacher distribution affected teacher recruitment and retention. What is a major concern regarding private school education in India? What is a major concern regarding private school education in India? High fees, commercialization of education, poor accountability. All of the above is the right one. I hope so. Private schools face criticism for high fees, profit motives, and lack of transparency. The Nipun Bharat initiative aims to achieve foundational literacy by which year? that is 2025. Nipun Bharat focuses on ensuring that children attain basic literacy and numeracy skills by grade 3 by 2025. I mean, up to 3, UKG, LKG, like that, Then another 3 years, first standard, second standard, third standard. So within those years, children should attain basic literacy and numeracy. That should be attained before 2025, according to NEP 2020. Within 5 years, they should have got that. The STARS project, funded by the World Bank, aims to improve secondary education, school governance, digital education, higher education, access, school governance and learning outcomes. The STARS, there is a particular scheme, strengthening teaching, learning and results for state. That is called STARS. Strengthening teacher learning and results for states enhances school quality and accountability. So I hope you understood this. That children, the STARS project, that is the idea here. Okay, what is the STARS project? Again, I am telling you. Strengthening teaching, learning and results for states, STARS, enhances school quality and accountability. The midday meal scheme was renamed as what? PM Poshan, Poshan Abhiyan, Pal Poshan Yojana, National Nutrition Mission, all there. But PM Poshan, recently it was changed into this name. Midday meal scheme was renamed as PM, Prime Minister Poshan. So Prime Minister Poshan, the PM Poshan, they renamed this, the renamed scheme continues to provide nutritious meals to school children, which government initiative supports entrepreneurship education in schools. Atal Innovation Mission, PMKVY, Make in India, Startup India. This is Atal Innovation Mission. So this Atal Innovation Mission promotes innovation and entrepreneurship through Atal Tinkering Labs in schools. So they are going to make certain tinkering labs where this the skilled learning will be given to the student, like a electrician, automobile, all these things. Atal Tinkering Labs it is called. Okay, even computer education. So Atal Innovation Mission promotes innovation and entrepreneurship through Atal Tinkering Labs in schools. The Saksham Scholarship program is intended for whom? Female students, students with disabilities, rural student, first generation learners. The Saksham Scholarship program is intended for students with disabilities. Saksham provides financial aid for students with disabilities pursuing technical education. Which state recently launched the CM Rice School initiative for quality education? Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. That is Madhya Pradesh. The CM Rice School aims to improve infrastructure and learning in state-run schools. In Madhya Pradesh, we are talking about Madhya Pradesh. So this scheme came from there. The CM Rice School aims to improve infrastructure and learning in state-run schools, Madhya Pradesh schools. The Operation Digital Board aims to what? The Operation Digital Board aims to replace blackboards with digital screens, provide smart classrooms in schools, introduce AI-based learning, eliminate traditional teaching methods. So the Operation Digital Board provides smart classrooms in schools. That is the idea. This initiative, Operation Digital, Operation Digital Board. What is the main purpose of it? It equips schools with digital learning tools to enhance teaching. Anything related with online facilities, digital learning tools. The Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat program. The Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat program fosters what? National unity through education, digital education access, international collaboration in universities, free schooling for poor students. That is national unity through education. This program encourages cultural exchange and linguistic learning among Indian states. So if I again I will just see that Ek Bharat Shreshthasta Bharat. Shrestha Bharat. I mean Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Who is this program? What is the idea here? That is for national unity through education. This program encourages cultural exchange and linguistic learning among Indian states. So, dear friends, thank you very much for your presence here. So far we have finished 150 questions. So we'll just go on. Our journey will continue. Of course, I will be starting after Monday. I will start this TRB education. Yes, objective type question I will start, and this will be going on in the mornings, evenings. That will be going on all questions. And this time I am not going to give it for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. You are not watching them. Of course, you get bored. So this time I see to it that one session comes within 45-50 minutes, something like that. So that's how you will be able to see it with some interest, I think. Otherwise, there is a tendency to leave my channel and go and say goodbye to my channel. Sometimes it is, but that's why number is very slow. Viewers, because it's a very long time. I am giving it for a longer time, 2 hours, and you must find 2 hours, for your convenience. Sometimes it is not possible. So I realized this mistake. So far I was giving that, but now I see to it that I am going to give the sessions within 45 to 50 minutes, so that you are able to give full attention to my video. So God bless you abundantly. Let us meet in other video lectures.